So good morning, my viewers. At the moment in Nigeria, and I have a guest today with me. She will introduce herself, and like we always do it in my channel, you all know I talk about marriage. And for those who don't know me, my name is Claudia Nekahirsch. I'm an author, entrepreneur, and a relationship coach specialized for interracial marriage. And yeah, I have my guest here today. She has experience in marriage as well, and we all want to learn from each other. So you're welcome.
Thank you
You
very
look
much.
good.
Thank you. Thank
So
you for
can
having me.
you introduce yourself to my viewers?
Okay, so my name is Dr. Wumi Hakiwande.
Good luck.
Okay, sorry. My name is Wumi Hakiwande. I'm a medical doctor by training. However, I'm into real estate development now. I'm a realtor now, so and I'm a life coach as well.
Okay. Okay, so you guys have heard her. So Wumi, Dr. Wumi. I've been going around the world, Indonesia, Singapore, US, and Dubai as well. I've seen women all over the world concerning marriage. And actually, the women I interview, most of them speak the dialect because I wanted it to be in the dialect, so it's gonna be like translated, and people who don't understand English can really relate in that dialect. But we can speak English. So, marriage. Would you marry intentionally if you were to do it, or just follow your heart, just go with the flow?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show again. The question really is not a yes or no answer, and I think I would put a perspective to that. I follow biblical principles for my life, and the word of God says that in the Bible that a man and a woman shall leave their father and mother and become one. And when God created man and woman, when He created the first man, Adam, and put him in the garden, He realized that there is a void. The man needed a companion because he was all alone, and so He created the woman and gave them the instruction that the essence of the creation of the woman first was to make companionship, the void of companionship. So He created the woman to fill that void in the man's life. And at the same time, He told both of them, as husband and wife, that they should procreate and replenish the earth. So marriage in itself, it's not a thing of, I feel like it's a necessity. Because
So it's intentional.
It's intentional, yes. Because a man and a woman are supposed to come together as companions first, as friends, and then start the process of creating, a being like themselves, creating the world, replenishing the world, and doing life together.
Okay, so that means intentionally, meaning you know what you're getting yourself into.
Exactly.
You're emotionally, psychologically prepared.
You are prepared,
Yeah.
and also had to read that before a woman can say yes to a man, because a woman is coming. The Bible says that the woman and the man come together. The woman himself is created for the man as someone that is suitable for him, that is comparable to him. So for every man is a woman created. For every woman is a man created. You can't put a round peg in a square hole. Okay?
Wow,
So everything has to be perfectly fitted. So if a woman is coming to a man's life, you're coming to fill a void in the man's life. Both of you has to be compatible. You have to be comparable to each other, and love and respect must also be in place. So it's very important that a woman must be self-sufficient. You must be confident in yourself. You must know what you want in a man. Don't just settle for anything. Don't just settle for just any man who approaches you. The man must align with your values, must align with your goals, what you want in life, and both of you must be suitable, to fit into it. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, but don't you think, like when you're talking to the Gen Z who are not Christians,
Yeah.
the millennials who are not Christians, because when we're talking globally,
Yes.
and maybe in Africa, people practice Christianity, they're very religious, or Islam. But when you're talking about the millennials who are not Christians and who don't believe in God, they know that, okay, I need somebody in my life, but God is not part of it. Or the Gen Z, so what would you advise them?
Okay. So the truth about it is, even the Bible, everything about the Bible is applicable to our life today. The principle of life is very simple. There's some things that are important. You don't have, even if you're not a Christian, you don't want a man who is a riffraff. He has no set goals in life. He has no direction, or someone who is a gangster, is into criminal practices. You don't want that. You don't want a murderer. So there are certain things that are principles of life. It doesn't have to be that you're a Christian or not, even if you're not a Christian. And most religions actually, talk about having good moral standard. So it's essential that as Gen Z, you also, as millennial and Gen Zs, you know what you want. As a lady, you probably want a man who's good looking, yes, a man who takes care of himself, a man who wants to aspire to be great, who wants to aspire to be, to achieve great things in life. You obviously don't want someone who, who has no set goal, who has no values whatsoever, and all that. So these are principles that apply to everyone, irrespective of the religion or irrespective of whatever it is you stand for in life. So it's very important.
So you're saying that everyone should have core values. Because the core values is kind of like a fundamental. It helps you to navigate the right partner and to be in a promising relationship.
Absolutely.
Because relationship is both sides, it's give and take. Because as much as the lady wants somebody, a promising man, the man also wants a promising woman, somebody who is financially independent,
yes,
who can take care of herself as well. Because today, one person's income is not enough to care for the whole family. So both parties has to be financially
yes,
to be able to provide the kind of lifestyle that they want. Okay, that's good. So as a younger you, if you would see a younger you stand in front of you, what would you tell her when it comes to relationship and picking the right person? What would be your advice to a younger you?
In retrospect, if I, the advice I would offer to a younger self is, in those days when we had no experience whatsoever, we would settle for love. Yes, yeah. Love is like that, flying butterfly feeling in your tummy every time you sight this guy and all that. But I think now, in retrospect, after a certain number of years of marriage and all that, I realized that it goes beyond just love. It goes beyond that feeling. You realize that the issues of life would help to redefine what you really want. You want the man who you look up to. A man
respects you.
The man who loves you. I mean, love is relative. It's
Yeah.
not just that feeling. But a man who cares for you, cares for your goals, a man who wants to support you, is not envious of your achievement, a man who is not in competition with you.
So everything is wrapped in respect.
It's wrapped
because
around.
if you don't respect someone,
Yes.
you don't want the best for that person.
Exactly.
And love without respect is not love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And respect is reciprocal.
Of
It's
course.
not just respecting a man. A man must respect and honor,
It has to be, the energy
yes,
has to
it
be
has to, yes,
go back.
it has to be, back, it has to be reciprocated. That is very important.
So you tell the younger self that.
So I told my younger self, look for a man who would go above and beyond for you. A man that loves you more. There's the going that says that where your heart is, where your treasure is where your heart will be.
Yeah.
So, a man who treasures you will put all his heart to you. He will take you as priority. You won't be an option.
Yeah.
You won't be an option to him. It would come naturally to him. He wants to talk to you. He wants to He wants to support you, whatever it is. Every time you guys get, to sit together and to talk, it's always very meaningful. And so someone who values spending time with you. So it goes it's a broad spectrum to actually consider. So many things around it.
So one last word to my millennium, because I have a lot of them following me. To my millennials,
Beautiful.
yeah. So, what advice would you give them in terms of choosing the right partner? What are the things they have to look out for?
So, like I said, I always say to people, look for a man. And it's very, very important. I'm a Christian, and so if I'm going to advise, my advice will be based on what the advice I would give to my younger self. Look for a man that loves God, a man that there's a supreme being out there, give it or take. There's someone who's out there that's watching over us. So look for a man that he's spiritual, a man that is godly, a man that has power for greatness, a man that has goals, a man who cares for you, who loves and honors you, respects you, and look for a man who, you can do life together. Really, everything is not about money. Really, everything is not about money. Both of you can, put your resources, begin to set lines, go together, and and plan life together. And as a woman as well, I would advise my younger self, make sure that you are self-sufficient. Okay, you are self-sufficient. Don't be dependent on a man that he has to bring everything. All that actually, men are very ephemeral in their thoughts. They like physical things. They like things they can do. Yeah, they're very visual. So a man who sees that intellectually, spiritually, physically, materially, you aspire for more, you're a go-getter and everything, he will naturally respect you. But if you're just a loafer who wants to take from him, take without giving back, sometimes, it brings disrespect. So that's what I would ask.
So that's wrapped up on core values, because in core values you have beliefs, so your beliefs have to align with each other. So that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then the respect, so everything wraps around that.
It wraps around that.
Yeah, that's around that. Yeah, financial stability.
Yes, you must set values, you must have
Then the boundaries have to be set. So both of you know that, okay, this is my boundary, I don't have to cross it, and this is your boundaries. Your boundaries have to be respected.
Absolutely.
And my boundaries have to be respected for us to have a mutual and respectful relationship. So Dr. Wumi, thank you.
It's a pleasure.
So it's a pleasure for me to meet you. And I wish to meet you once I've been in my own journey.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Thank you. Bye.